Over the past couple of days, I have been reading Maybe Someday by Colleen Hoover, because I do talk about the book and about situations in the book. So there are spoilers that I am talking about, and just gonna lay that out there. And first of all, 4 out of 5. I really loved the characters. I feel like the characters were they were individual. They had their own personalities, their own set of skills, their own weaknesses and their own strengths. And they added to the story in different ways than other characters. I marked all the little things that I wanted to talk about because I wanted to have a debrief of the book. So the book is about this girl who finds out that her boyfriend has been cheating on her with her best friend / roommate for 3 years. And here's their excuse as to why. Their best friend walked into her room and said that even before they met Sydney, because the main character's name is Sydney, walked into the room and told Sydney that before they even met her, they had been hooking up. See my notes? I got so many. You hooked your friend up with your buddy. They hit it off, they got together, and you continued to sleep with him? First of all, please don't set me up with the guy that you've been sleeping with for the past year. Second of all, why would you set your friend up with a guy because you want her to have oh, I got blush on my arm from my makeup. Why would you set her up with a guy? Wanting her to have a happy relationship and then hook up with him again. They had been together for 2 years, and the best friend and the boy had been hooking up for 3. Moving on. And then, of course, she kisses the deaf guy, okay? The new guy, the guy that told her, and then the guy that she ends up rooming with is deaf. And it is so funny because she's, cussing him out while, looking for something. And he texts her, and he's just if you're going to talk to me, could you at least look at me? Because I'm deaf. And she's like, you are. Okay. But right here, he explains her because he has a girlfriend and they kiss or whatever, and it's a book. So you're gonna be ah, and totally forget about the girlfriend. But I sitting here, he explains that a piece of his heart loves his girlfriend and the other piece of his heart loves this girl. New relationship fear unlocked. That would ultimately crush me. The boyfriend shows up at her door and it's just we have known each other for years, and our relationship has always been sexual. We just did not know how to put it to a stop when we got together. But if you give me another chance, I won't talk to her ever again. I would like to point out that she's punched both of them in the face at least twice. I would have punched him again. I'm looking for all the ones where I'm what the is wrong with these people? But in the end, the whole thing is full circle. Full circle. It's the same story with different characters. Sydney gets cheated on by her best friend and her boyfriend, and then Ridge is cheating on his girlfriend with Sydney, and his girlfriend was with his best friend at one point, thinking of him. So it's full circle. Full circle. This one is where I had to really I had to stop reading because Ridge has a best friend named Warren, and he's really nice to Sydney. He's really chill with Sydney, but he is mad at Sydney, and Sydney has no idea why. She's what did I do to you, right? And finally, he looks at her and he goes, do you need someone to you? She goes, what? And then he looks at her and says, do you just need someone to you? Because if that's all it is, I'll bend you over the couch right now and so hard you'll never think about Ridge again. She punched him, as I would. Who are you talking to? Because it ain't me. The girlfriend finds out, and do you want to know how she confronts them? She puts them in a group chat, and she sends them their text messages. Mind you, he's deaf, so that's how they communicate. Right here is where Sydney's kind of pitying herself and also feeling sorry for Maggie, the girlfriend. It was just I wish she hated me. I wish she thought I was I wish she would cuss me out. I wish she would hit me. And this moment was when I realized that Sydney is kind of an insufferable character. At first, it's not her fault. She had no idea he had a girlfriend. And she got really mad when she found out. She was you never told me, and you're over here being flirty. How dare you? But now that you do know, you're still pursuing him. And then you're feeling sorry for yourself because it's not working out for you. And then you're like, oh my God, I ruined their relationship. Yes, you did. In the book, they're also like, hey, don't blame yourself. This is his fault too. No, it is. It is his fault. But you knew. And now you're going to act like you're the victim? Sydney is kind of insufferable. And I kind of low-key like hate her, but like she's the main character. So like we got to love her. That's how I like to describe people, is using the term insufferable. This right here, Maggie and Ridge are talking. He's trying to spare their relationship. And she clocks him. Puts him to a stop. She goes, I know what you're going to say. You're going to tell me that you love me. You're going to tell me that you would do anything for me. You're going to apologize for developing feelings for another girl, despite being able to prevent it happening. You're going to tell me that you love me much more than her. And you're going to tell me that you would do anything to make it up to me, give me another chance. And you're going to be brutally honest and tell me that you do have feelings for Sydney, but they don't compare to me. Clocked! This is when Warren comes inside the girl's apartment, because she leaves the apartment. She finds her own place to stay. And you find out that he's been visiting her every day, bringing her food, talking to her, hanging out with her. And I'm over here like, Warren, you're giving me whiplash. First you're really chill, then you're a douchebag, and now you're chill again? Like, I need you to pick a side, buddy. Warren has a girlfriend. She's cold-hearted. She is evil. Nobody likes Bridget, right? And right here, Sydney says, I hate feelings. And Warren goes, why do you think I chose to be with a girl that didn't have any? Warren! And then right here, Ridge takes his keys because he won't tell Ridge where Sydney lives. And then when the keys wouldn't work, he took the condoms. Now Warren's cuffing up her address because he wants his condoms. Right here is like the one and only quote that I marked. Quite literally, it is the only green tab. And it's, knowing what I should do and abiding by what I should do are two completely different things. That was the most relatable quote I had ever read in my life. It ends with them getting together. She learns sign language for him, and he starts relearning how to speak. But again, the book is a 4 out of 5. Highly recommend it. My boyfriend's mom handed me this book, and I hadn't touched it. And I've been trying to catch up with my reading goal. And so I grabbed this, I started reading it, and I loved it. I don't understand the hate for Colleen Hoover. I disagree with a lot of the comments that they make about her. I don't think that her books romanticize abuse. I feel like they are fairly realistic, and that is exactly how abuse plays out in certain scenarios that I've witnessed and experienced. So I do disagree with some of the controversy behind Colleen Hoover, especially if you're a dark romance reader. You cannot argue that Colleen Hoover romanticizes abuse when you read dark romance, because I've seen some grimy dark romance stuff. And I'm not judging dark romance readers. I started off in dark romance, right? But I've seen people hype up books for scenes where he stabs the mattress and makes her ride the blade of the handle of the blade. I know someone's favorite is Haunting Adeline, which is, in my opinion, very he sits there and says, I'm going to take her whether she likes it or not. It romanticizes stalking. It also romanticizes abuse. He sticks a gun in her. If that's not romanticizing abuse, then I do not think Colleen Hoover's books are romanticizing abuse. I would say Colleen Hoover's books are realistic when it comes to the topic of abuse. And because it's so touchy, it's so quick to be judged. But as somebody who's witnessed abusive relationships and has been in an abusive relationship like herself, I would argue that it is not. I would argue that she is a really good author. I do love reading her books. I will continue to read her books, and I will continue to argue for her. Don't be a loser and go to a bookstore and turn her books over. Don't do that. That's not grow up. Grow up. That's gross. You don't like her books, you find her controversial, that's cool, that's you. But there are other people who don't. And if you're hiding their books from her, if you're hiding her books from them, that's not cool, bro. Stop that. Stop that. Let me go hide Haunting Adeline from you. You'd be really upset. If I were to make the same videos hiding those kind of books, y'all would ride my ass for it. Stop that. Grow up. You have no reason to touch those books if you have no interest in reading them. Leave them there and leave them alone for the people who do read her books and who do enjoy her books and are looking for them. Guys, it's a book! It is a book! Let people read what they want. Let people enjoy what they want without judgment. I love the Harry Potter books. J.K. Rowling is an awful person. But I love the Harry Potter books. Would you hide the Harry Potter books? No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't. Stop doing that. That's not cool, bro. Let people enjoy what they enjoy. Let people read what they want to read, whether you like it or not. Grow up. Be more mature and be an individual person. Do your own thing and be happy to do your own thing. And read the book. Read this book. It's the 3 things I need you to do. Be your own person, do your own thing, read this book. But thanks for watching. And I will continue to be making these cringy videos because I enjoy them. And if you don't, that's on you. Go do something you do enjoy.